What's going on, guys? It's Chad, back over here on some more Warzone Verdansk solos. Still a little sick, feeling a little bit better today. Feeling a bit better, but to be fair, dude, have you ever slept and then woke up in a puddle of your own sweat? Yeah, that's what happened to me. Straight up had to unstuck myself from my bed. Absolutely terrible. I don't even remember taking my shirt off. So we're gonna be spectating here, but before we get started, G Fuel currently has a sale going on. It's their FPS Friday deal. It's for today only, so remember that. It's for today only. Hopefully I can get this video up soon. In their FPS Friday deal, you can get flavors like the Drop Shot Citrus, the Gohan and Goku Kamehameha, and the Tea Bundle, the Knuckles Sour Power, and my personal favorite, the Sonic Peach Rings. All super delicious flavors that you can go and get a deal on at the moment. Use my link down in the description. I really appreciate you. And also, if you get anything, feel free to tweet at me if you're using my code or doing the deal, whatever. You can tweet it at me. I usually like those tweets to see what everybody got, so thank you guys so much for all the love and support. We're back here with MSU Spartan King, currently doing a scavenger. He hears somebody flying around. He's gonna... Oh, wait a minute. I felt like that was a decent shot, to be honest. Flashid myself dumbly. Spartan grabbing some money on the way. Picks up his second scavenger box. He's going for his third one. He has to head right back where he came from. That was actually like the easiest contract ever. He ended up picking the contract somewhere over here. Got a box here, got a box here, and got a box here. Super simple. 9 times out of 10, I would say that the scavenger is worth doing. I feel like the recons are a little bit more consistent though. Buys his loadout drop. He's gonna throw it upstairs. He has to go onto the roof somehow to get it now. Now what? I don't know if he thought this out. Okay, he got the ladder. To be honest, I had no idea there was a ladder there. He's got his Car 98. I didn't see what his other thing was. He sees a guy in front of him. Classic Car 98 scope. It's such a beautiful weapon, man. It really is. I wish this weapon would get back to form. Kind of want them to bring back the one-shot range or even extend the range by like 50 meters or so. I also ended up seeing some like surveys over on Twitter. A few thousand replies and votes on them. One of them said something along the lines of the TTK. And I think it was like 75% of players were fine with the current TTK. But there was the other 30% that voted no. They were also leaving feedback. Spartan King got 1 kill. Heartbeat sensor and everything. The main thing that I saw was that like, okay, the TTK isn't that bad, but it's the desync combined with the faster TTK that makes some deaths feel really bad. A lot of people feel like they made it around the corner and they die around the corners and stuff. I think it definitely does happen more than it did, because naturally if you just, you know, die in a faster TTK, you'll notice it a lot more whenever you get right around the corner and then you get just barely hit by that last shot. He failed his scavenger contract right there, so now he's kind of upset. But Jay God actually just recently made a video. I think it went up today. He just made a video comparing the TTKs between Warzone 1 and different iterations of the original Warzone. And while the TTK is currently faster than we've been used to the past, you know, couple years, it's actually not as fast as OG Verdansk. I had no idea it was this big of a difference. Like, for example, there were some weapons that were killing in like 400 something milliseconds. Some of the fastest weapons are like 100 milliseconds slower still. So while the TTK is faster, I don't think that the desync is that bad. It could definitely be worked on, you know, like a higher tick rate server and all that shit as well. I would love that regardless of the TTK situation though. And Spartan immediately gets beamed. As soon as he finds somebody that'll shoot back at him, they just absolutely destroy him. We're here with Gustav the Pug randomly. Okay, that's weird. We ended up spectating this guy. Spartan was just killed over here by somebody else, and now we are spectating Gustav here? Why? That's a little weird. Oh yeah, also, I was talking about having that notification up in the top right for how many spectators a player has, and I said that it kind of takes away from the social aspect overall of like feeling like a whole bunch of people are watching with you. But some people brought up a really good point that I didn't even think of. And some people are saying that it's absolutely the reason that they removed it. They removed it because they didn't want hackers to know how many people were spectating them, so they don't go and like, you know, toggle on and off and stuff depending on if they're actually being spectated or not, which is super smart actually. So yeah, I mean, I accept that. Definitely worth doing then. He's not gonna go and make it to his other scavenger. What's up with these guys missing out on their last scav? He's got 10 seconds left to make it 70 meters. Can he make it? Swap to your melee weapon and sprint as quickly as possible. 1 second! He got it. Holy sh... I can't believe he got it. Yeah, I mean, giving hackers less information to know how many people are actually spectating them, super smart. So I actually agree with the change. That's fair. He ran into somebody and immediately died. I didn't even have time to commentate that. He died very quickly, which is actually insane to think that you could die like over 100 milliseconds faster originally. It's either sniper stakes or sniper's takes.
Requesting recon above!
Sniper calls in a UAV here, marks somebody over in the building over here. We don't see them on the radar for some reason. It's so annoying because sometimes you can see them on the radar when they're using UAVs. Now, this does make things a little bit weird for like hackers and other stuff like that we end up spectating, but oh, he's going in, immediately gets blown up. He still survives though. He's gonna replate here, listen for wherever the other guy is going. There's challenges, immediately deletes him with the MP5. Yeah, if you guys want to see the numbers, I highly suggest watching JGod's video on the TTKs. Really surprising. He's also over on True Game Data. Shout out to him. He does an absurd amount of work on this joke of a video game. Got all the TTKs measured out. He's got the graphs and shit consistently updated. It's disgusting. Got paid here. We're gonna go over to the buy station. Let's see what we get.
Requesting recon
Buy another
above.
UAV. All right. Okay. Here's somebody walking around up there. Wow, he's using incendiaries. Weird. I think impacts and frags and stuff like that are definitely better, but especially impacts. Gotta be careful about sprint to fire though here. Yeah, look, see, this guy's gonna hold. Yeah, see, I mean, how are you gonna do anything with this? Even regular players. This is a regular player here trying to do this. How does a regular player deal with this? Throws a Semtex down at him. He's gonna drop down after him now. Nope, he's not gonna even give up that spot, even after completely breaking it. There's no point in giving up the position when that guy can't kill him in that position, so he's just gonna stay there. This is the main issue with the design of these buildings. Spot on G7 tower. Yeah, I know that guy's pissed. He's calling in mortar strikes. He's doing everything that he can. They just had to give these players these little cubbies and shit. Oh, he dropped down after him, and he lost anyway! That's disgusting. Vortex takes him down. He didn't do anything. He just sat there and waited, man. And then dropped down because the other guy didn't expect him to actually drop down. He's got a Black Ops 2 logo in here. Yeah, I know exactly what type of player he was. I probably got this guy in a montage somewhere if he actually played this shit. 28 players left, only 2 kills for Vortex. He's creeping around up here for whatever reason. I mean, you're just gonna get shot by somebody if they see you on the other side. Trying to look for anyone in passing so he can just have the height advantage on them and just take them out as they walk by. That seems to be the strategy for, like, players by default. You either sit in a corner anywhere, hide in bushes anywhere, and hope that somebody walks by, and they typically get, like, maybe 3 or 4 kills in a game, and potentially win. Or you have people that are hiding up inside of the buildings in a position where they know they have an extreme advantage. I don't even know why the guy has a sniper rifle, to be honest with you. I mean, how many shots has he actually hit? Yeah, I mean, I know you're not gonna go for that shit. There's no point. It's not even gonna one-shot anyway, let alone hit. Safe zone's moving. Gonna drop down, finally making himself known. I don't know if anybody is even around him at all. Buys a precision airstrike? Okay. Looks like he's going over here towards the scavenger to go and get more money. So these types of players naturally need to pick up more contracts than other players, mostly because they're not killing players to get the money off of them. They're pretty much waiting for people to bring the money to an area where maybe they can kill a couple people, and then from that point forward, it's just all contracts. Usually more experienced and active players are using the contracts to just get like a little boost, to either go and buy their loadout or a UAV or whatever, and then press people right off of that momentum. Gas is coming in. He still has to collect 2 more. He's gonna jump over. He might be being a little bit too careful here, depending on where this third box is. He can make his way over there, although he's making his way across a pretty open area. There's somebody to his left looking right at him. He doesn't see him because his FOV is too low, I think. Oh, he got sniped immediately. I mean, I was saying, it was right out into the open, and then that's where he dies. And again, this kind of stuff, it's not teaching him to, like, go out there more. It's teaching him to stop rotating and doing shit like this. The game is telling him to hide. We're here with Razor. He's got 4 kills. I mean, he's driving a vehicle, so, I mean, definitely more active and a little bit more loud than other players out here in the open. To be fair, though, that isn't really the most active area overall, so he could be, like, very inactive as well. Go to a safe spot and then just sit inside somewhere. There we go. He just goes, gets into the building. The heartbeat sensor, the classic. I'm noticing a lot more heartbeat sensors all over again. At first, there weren't nearly as many heartbeat sensors, but now the heartbeat sensors have been getting used much more. Can't even see the battery on the heartbeat sensor when he brings it up, though. Oh, man, he's just sitting with the hospital beds and shit. 15 players left. He's got 4 kills. He's slowly walking through all of the hallways as quietly as possible. It's likely because he's sitting around imagining other players that are playing like him that are also not making noises, and they're just sitting waiting for him to walk by. Lots of bots in this match, huh? I mean, I see this very consistently. It's not possible for them to find 150 like solid players. The majority of players in every single match are like that. Oh, he sees somebody. Boom! Beautiful shot, Razor. The patience paying off, getting the positive reinforcement for doing his really slow gameplay. It's a shame he can't go and grab that loot because there's no ascenders on the side of the building, so he can't even go and pick up those items that he rightfully earned right there. Yeah, I don't know about sitting in the scope up there on the building, though. You're gonna have to rotate. If you dive off of ledges and then pull your chute immediately, you can get a little bit of a boost. Okay. Now, movement is also not as good as it used to be. Like, the sprint to fire speeds at the moment are pretty bad. I've been seeing people get deleted by the TTK before their sprint to fire or attack sprint to... Oh, shit. Are you looking? Do you see him? He's gonna get held out here. He's gonna be terrified. No way. I don't know why we would go up here, though. What are we going up here for? That's gonna make noise. He knows it's gonna make noise, too. He broke it. He's like, oh shit, that was loud. He's rotating away entirely. He's not even gonna deal with the fight. Got somebody sniping up here. 8 other players remaining. He gets sniped in his side, and he's dead immediately. Now we're with Private Pile 92. Classic movie. 9 kills. Got the HDR and an AK. Very meta loadout. Taking his time. Another heartbeat sensor. Yeah, heartbeat sensors everywhere. Now, the thing is, I don't feel like the heartbeat sensor is as big of a deal as it was in the original Warzone. I actually really enjoy the TTK at the moment. Pulls out the HDR. It's a little bit in the smoke, but he's out in the open. Okay, he's gonna lay in the grass, so he's not out in the open. Got it. Oh, sees the guy moving. He's holding his breath the whole time. Snipes him, breaks his armor. You can't, there's no cover. He throws his smoke grenades down. He's gonna rotate out. Gonna run backwards here. Try to see if he can get the angle. So he scared that guy. He's gonna have to rotate though. Now the thing is, the circle's gonna come in a little bit slower than it will for this guy. So if he keeps his eye over to the right, there are some people in front of him though, rotating across. Somebody with the collie sticks. Somebody else is sniping at him from below. Breaks his armor. Now the guy's rotating around. Takes him down. Now look to your left. Also look to your right. Pulls out the sniper rifle. Misses his shot. Oh! Wow. I think that Terminator guy's sniping over here. Zahars. I wish I knew how many kills this guy had. Pops him in the head. Good shot. Beautiful. That whole game was a heartbeat sensor showcase. Every single player had a sniper rifle as well, which I personally don't really see as a problem, but I'm also a pretty good sniper, so I feel like I win those fights a lot of the time. I'm really curious what kind of updates they're going to be doing to Warzone here. I don't think that they're going to be doing TTK updates or anything like that. I don't feel like they should, but also I mentioned this before, I feel like they should be buffing other weapons that aren't quite as good, as opposed to nerfing the good, fun weapons. You don't really get to use anything new, or at the very least, if they end up nerfing like the absolute top tier, and then a new top tier becomes the top tier, but that top tier was technically like the next lowest tier before, the TTK is still gonna feel a little bit slower now, and the weapon won't feel as rewarding, as strong as the weapons you were using before, which inherently just kind of makes the nerfs feel bad. It affects all of the other weapons when you nerf some of these. Now, some of them are obviously head and shoulders better than the others, but again, if you hit your shots with the HDR, you should be rewarded for hitting those shots. And in that game is a prime example of people hitting their shots, missing their shots, and living and dying by it.